Hi guys, this is Namkraft. What's going on? Welcome to the continuation of the DPL series, guaranteed games to be epic, handpicked by Namkraft. It's gonna be a match between Flash and Soma, two very known names in the Starcraft Korean scenes these days. Flash is currently number 1 in Starcraft Elo ranking, and Soma is of course a very strong Zerg. He was very dominant before his going away to the military, but now he's back to do the real military that is going to be destroying the Terran Confederacy. That is his mission, his job, and let's see how he will succeed here. This game is going to be played on a brand new ASS20 map. This is called Knockout. I have no idea what this map is about, but apparently we see that it's going to be a square map with 4 spawning positions. And we're seeing Flash at the top right, and Soma is going to be at the top left. Let me just quickly show you some graphics and some stats to get you all hyped up. So this is what the map looks like. It kind of looks like Radeon, but there's going to be a lot more middle area barriers and obstacles that will render, troop movement a little bit more difficult here and there, but so we shall see how these players are going to be proceeding. And in terms of map stats, we don't have much map stats for the brand new maps. So I do have, just for your information, what they look like here. So as you can see, long knockout for Zerg player against Terran is 70, almost a little bit over 71% here. So very strong performances. For the Zerg race against the Terran. That's right. So Zerg have an advantage on this map. And it's not looking very good for the overall AS20 because we want maps to be very balanced, but so far, if you can see here, Knockout Litmus is very Zerg flavored, and then Roaring Current is very Terran flavored. And the story doesn't change with the other matchup, as you can see. Oh wait, this is the wrong season of ASL. Let me just quickly update that for you. So this is the correct season of ASL. So even for the Protoss against Zerg matchup, as you can see, it's called Knockout is the worst map for Protoss. Litmus and Roaring Current are the best. I expect, of course, that this stats gotta change in the future, but this is not looking very good for the balanced story event. Here once again, this is Zerg again. Excuse me, this is Terran against Protoss, and as you can see, Roaring Current and Knocked Out are kind of bad. But I guess Roaring Current is fine. We only had 2 games though. Litmus, of course, 3 games is not looking so good. So this is of course lack of data, so don't think too much about it. But I would like to have a little bit more balances because we know in the seasons of 19 of ASL, the story that was happening was that the maps were only the balance in one matchup, and then for the remaining 2 matchup, they are terrible. They're terrible. So we shall see. And yeah, anyways, what is going on in the Korean scene this week in terms of Elo score? Let me just quickly show you. So this week, here are the top 10 Broodwar players. This SCV is about to get destroyed, but it survives. There we have it. So Light is number 1, Flash is number 2, Barracks number 3, and Soma is number 5. So Soma is a very strong player. So that's good. Okay, let me just put this this photo of this map away, so you have a little bit more in more I guess more eye viewing pleasure there. All right, what is going on this map? We're gonna be having 2 bays from both of the players. Soma has taken his lair. SCV is still allowed to scout. Where are the Zerlings? I think we're seeing something returning here. That could be a Zerling. It might be just a drone. Maybe he didn't make any Zerlings at all. That might be something that the Zerg player might be doing. And of course, it's very nice to mix things up here and there. I think, going for massive Zerlings in the beginning stage is a nice way to play. Going for 0 Zerlings is also a very ballsy way to play. And now we will have the 4 Zerlings coming out. So this SCV is gonna know, and we will have the Spire. And as we all know, Flash is the king of mech against Zerg. So let's see if he's gonna be going for mech today. I want to take a look at Flash's base in just a couple seconds. For now, we're seeing we're gonna be seeing double factory. So double factory is indeed the kind of direction that Flash usually take on this map. Excuse me, not on this map, but in this matchup. But sometimes we shall see that he's gonna couple that with a third factory. But for the timing, if you're gonna be going for double factory like this, I guess the key point here. Oh my God, a third hatchery outside. So this is gonna be interesting. And if you look at this ramp, it's a reverse kind of whatever wedge, right? So on the left side is the high ground, on the right side is the high ground, and the middle area is the low ground. So it gives a little bit of a defensive advantage also for the base inside. So we have the Vulture coming out, and the Flash is going to be very careful to not get it destroyed. He's going to be fighting from the low ground if he's staying at that small conjunction. What is the word for that? Conjunction? Injunction? Conjuncture? No, none of those words match. Anyways, find me the word for that term I'm looking for. Anyways, a fourth hatchery comes down, and this is interesting. Going for Spire, and then 4 hatchery. This is not the kind of, you know, the normal kind of we often see from the Zerg race. But anyhow, Flash is sticking with just a single vulture, and he's actually moving towards the 830 position now. He will find that hatchery at some point. He doesn't see it yet. He will check first of all the 9 o'clock position. Doesn't see anything there. He will possibly go on, and we're gonna be seeing turret defense inside of Flash's base. And is Soma going for delayed muters or on-time muters? He is making a lot of stuff coming out of his eggs or larvas right now. So I guess it might be on-time larva. Okay, this is gonna be on-time larva. All of the mutants though are heading towards the bottom left for the time being. The vulture's already made its way back home. So this vulture is far from the danger zone. That's gonna allow Flash more time to build up his turrets. Of course, he's also playing blind. He doesn't know if the enemy has actually invested into mutas or not. Because sometimes we see that the Zerg race doesn't go for mutas right away, but is just wait a couple of more seconds to get one more round of drones or something like that. And then he's gonna be going for massive mutas, and he's gonna forego the ability to attack the turrets before they are hatched, no pun intended. Anyways, is that going to be a starport in the corner there instead of Flash's base? We shall check. But for the time being, these vultures, these mutants are spreading themselves out. He wants to find that vulture. He's not. Oh my god! Oh my god! Not able to find a vulture is gonna be a huge problem here for Soma. Yeah, this vulture is hiding very carefully, and we're gonna be seeing Goliaths moving out. This is okay, and then switching back into barracks. This is a nice build here from Flash. This build has not yet been unveiled at any recent events, I don't think. Going for double factory and then immediately going into Goliaths. Double factory and immediately going into barracks. So it's gonna be combining, what is it, Goliaths and Marines, or maybe switching back into tanks with siege mode and then Marines. I'm not so sure, but now looks like Soma is gonna take a 4th base at the 6:30, 7 o'clock position. He's gotta hold it correctly here with his you know, whatever sunkets, and he's gonna have to, you know, just be very patient. And as for Flash, he's gonna be going up to scanners. He's gonna be going for massive bio. These burrow Zerglings are gonna be providing some very nice vision. This is a nice touch from the Zerg side, especially when the enemy is gonna be going for Goliaths, because we know Goliaths are very clunky. They're very slow and difficult to maneuver. So when the Goliaths move out, you can move in with the mutas and actually, you know, just, you know, bomb the heck out of the turrets and then retreat when the Goliaths are coming back or something like that. So that's something to keep in mind. Yeah, and Goliaths cannot stim. Keep that in mind. Goliaths cannot, you know, speed up by stimming, unlike the Marines. So when the Goliaths see the mutants moving inside the main base, they have to make a decision whether to go back slowly or advance slowly towards the Zerg bases. But anyhow, looks like we're looking at the 8-minute mark of the game, and Flash's got 81 supplies, Soma's got 67. We are going to be seeing a confrontation soon because everyone is dying for a fight. We did not sign up for this. We did not pay money just to watch this guy like looking at each other's, you know, bonkers and do nothing. Anyways, he's going to come in and he will see that it's going to be a bio switch. This is insane. When do you see a mech into bio switch in TvZ? We often see bio into mech switch, but mech into bio switch, especially Flash's, you know, latest. I don't know. He likes to experiment with things, you know, drugs and so forth. No, just kidding. But you know, he likes to just kind of tilt things around, and he wants to revolutionize the way that games are played. But anyhow, we are going to be having a lot of Sunkets coming up, and these Goliaths are going to try to do some damages to the mutas. Now that's a lot of Sunkets. It looks like Flash has abandoned the expansion. He's going to be going for the 3rd base now. The Sunkets are desperately trying to get set up. There's like something like 10 Goliaths and possibly, you know, 8 to 10 Marines and somebody to support. And there's, what is it? I think there's about 14 to 16 mutalists. I am not so sure if these many mutalists are going to be able to stop the Goliaths, but very small delay tactic for now for Soma to just kind of stop some forces on this bridge. He's gonna try to take out as many Marines and Goliaths as possible. It looks like the Marines gonna dive in, and Soma's gonna come out, and good micro so far. He's gonna group the rest of the mutants together. He's gonna try to have some nice attack. Not bad. He loses the first Sunken, but the mutants are still alive. But the number of Goliaths and Marines are thinning out fast. It looks like Flash, are he able to penetrate or not? He's not able to penetrate. Soma is gonna have to pull out for now. That's what she said. And there's gonna be what now? Looks like the mutants gonna be on the pursuit on those Goliaths and Marines. For these Burrowed Zerglings are providing very nice intel to see where the force is located, how many there are. There's gonna be some random scan in the middle to take out those really annoying spies. And looks like this Mutu's gonna dive in, and there's gonna be a small engagement just right outside of Flash's expansion. Maybe she's gonna be in a moment to dive in here and go for the twist. Keep in mind something that we have not seen other tanks. And I think one of the reasons why these Mutus are diving is to find those hidden tanks, take them out before they can join the rest of the army, because I think the Sunkens are okay to do on themselves here against the bio. But once the tanks join the equation, you need to have something else. And looks like the first tank was sniped, and that's gonna give an impetus to Soma. He's gonna be feeling very confident to defend against a large amount of Goliaths and bio, but his Sunkens might just be enough. The rest of the Mutus is gonna be returning and joining the attack. Looks like the Marines gonna dive in, but like I tell you, this area is the small ground, it's the low ground, excuse me. The low ground is gonna be not good enough. It looks like he's gonna bust two. He gets all of the Mutas or not. How many Sunkens remains? Two more Sunkens are gonna join the moment. Marines, excuse me, are thinning out. It looks like the second group of excuse me, Mutas joined from the back, and looks like at the last minute there is too close to call. The Mutas are doing the best they can. The Goliaths are thinning out at number 3. Goliaths 2, Marines 6 medics. And a brand new SCV. At the last minute, someone's gonna be the push. Flash is back once again. Flash has been repelled. He's been defeated in this particular battle. And I need to catch my breath. Flash with 73, Supply Soma at 78, and it's gonna be a moment for me to start to thank some of my fans, without the support of whom I could not survive. No, just kidding. I survived fine without your support, but your support really helped me scratch those itching locations on my body or bodies. Here are their photos. First of all, oh wait, what happened? Why is this photo in the wrong location? Let me just quickly maybe move it back to the right location. There it is. First of all, Mr. Wang, thank you for your support in the last 3 days. The Mutus also thank you for your service to Namkraft. Next but not last, and definitely not first, is going to be Mr. Daniel. Thank you for your support in the last 3 days. And also Mr. George, Comunistas, Amores Perros, y tu mamá también. Thank you very much for your support. And Mr. Sea Goblin from the Norway Republic of the Sea. That's all. Let's get back to this game. What are we seeing now? We're gonna be seeing 3 medics just hanging out and having a nice cuddling action with the drones. But now the Mutus are gonna be having some more attacks here, and looks like the last bit Flash able to hold. But keep in mind, when Flash go for this early aggression type of build, he is going to be mined out in his main very soon. So he needs to think about how to get to the next part of the game. From the Terran side, we want to see some science vessels join the party, and from the Zerg side, we want to see more additional tech here. But I think Soma's doing okay. Having 4 bases like this against the Terran with just 2 bases at the 12 o'clock position is gonna be a nice feeling. But keep in mind, the Terran player doesn't need that many bases when he's playing mech. Because mech is about not about aggression and not about map control. Mech is about keeping your forces together in a tightly knitted ball, and make sure you do the maximum splash damage as possible, and just slowly encroach upon the Zerg, the Zerg lands, the Zerg creep or whatever. So that is gonna be the plan, and there's gonna be more Mutus coming in to try to pull those medic Marines back. And there's a single turret. That turret has fallen. And looks like there's gonna be some Marines supporting from the high ground, but it's not gonna be enough. We have a Science Vessel retreating, nice, Irradiate, but those Mutus need to split themselves up. They do have a decent-ish split, but the next push is coming very strong. Keep in mind, there's a tank with that group. The 2 tanks. 2 tanks is quite fast to take out the Sunkens, man, but you need to hurry up, because Soma's got like a lot of money. He's got a lot of hatcheries pumping, and what about tech? He doesn't have hype. The only thing he's got is the Queen's Nest, so that's gonna be able to buy some time. It looks like he's gonna be able to have some nice vision. The Science Vessels is providing those nice vision, and Mutus are just lurking from the backside. The Science Vessels are gonna be very careful. Looks like the Mutus were overcommitting themselves there. Nice scan to see what is this decision. Zerg is coming out one by one. It's actually maybe like a deliberate attempt to draw the tank fire instead of into the Sunkens. He wants to actually draw them into the Zerglings. Anyway, the Mutus is gonna try to catch any kind of reinforcement from the back. He catch some Goliaths. He's gonna try to snipe the tank here. And the last of this Marines able to provide some nice coverage. And this army is gonna get surrounded from both sides. Gonna be very careful. He's trying to inch forward and slowly try to take out as many Sunkens as possible. Looks like the Sunkens gonna deploy. There's gonna be a sandwich time. BGG sandwich. There's a lot of Sunkens from the top side, from the bottom side, left side, all around, and Flash is going to be getting completely surrounded. One tank has fallen, but he's able to clear out the rest of the Sunkens, the rest of the Lurkers. He loses 2 tanks in the process, but the reinforcement tanks are coming out very hot here. Only one more Sunken Lurkers remain, or he dies, and now the 2 tanks are going to continue on the pressure. Keep in mind that Flash is not yet expanded behind his end. Soma's got a lot of money. His economy has been untouched here. He just need to keep on rebuilding his Sunkens, but if he loses his expansion, the game might take a very different turn here. Marine's gonna plow forward. The tank needs to be super careful because you might have engagement from the back. Marine's gonna try to destroy as many Sunkens as possible. He gets one more creep without having to face the Sunken, and the tank needs to unsiege and move into the enemy territory now. The tanks have moved. They're gonna have to find and hide themselves in the corner. Marine's gonna go to high ground. I don't know if this is gonna be the right idea. Doesn't mean she's gonna try them off. It's so many overloads gonna get destroyed. The tanks on the high ground are separate from the rest of the forces, but looks like we have Soma's supply block. Not yet. Soma's got a lot of supply remaining. Reinforcement is about to get in nicely radiated on the Sunken. These meters, and it's gonna be one time for the battle. It's gonna get sniped. Marine's gonna have to get involved in the Sunken. This is gonna destroy the rest of the Marines reinforcement here. The tanks on the low grounds are doing good damage, but looks like the bio is slowly thinning out. The bio, I don't know how to understand, but we still have a lot more Marines and Goliaths from the backside. This game is too close. The Lurkers gonna try to get involved as soon as possible. Looks like the tanks gonna go into hiding. Looks like the Marines will fall, which means the mutants can come in and get involved with the rest of the equation. The hatchery almost about to fall, but looks like the hatchery is still alive. Zelle is gonna try to come. The Marines gonna go. The Marines need to stop the high ground. We have a Lurker on the exactly on the choke, and the Suzan's gonna be falling. And Flash is gonna be on a killing spree here, but looks like at the last minute he's gonna be losing his last tank. These 2 Lurkers are providing very nice coverage. The Science Vessel is gonna be defeated though. He needs to destroy. The tank is alive. The tank is still alive. The Science Vessels might fall. More tanks coming from the back. This hatchery has fallen, which means Soma is down to just 3 bases. But Flash is gonna be running out of minerals soon. He clears the Sunken. He's gonna try to get on high ground. Zelle is gonna try to surround the Goliaths here. The drones are gonna try to come out, and if this base falls, the game will turn completely on its tail. The last of the mutants will fall. Zelle is gonna try to get on high ground. The Sunken is trying to come online. The Sunken is gonna allow to come online. Looks like the Sunken is gonna get destroyed now. We have a Marine attacking the extractor. He kills the last of the Sunkens here. It looks like Soma is running out of money, but you have Zerglings. What about Cracklings? If you can produce a lot of Crackling Dregs now, they can actually break that tank line. That's gonna be the last tank. The last time the Flash has got supply, while Soma is 60 and Flash is 65. I'm gonna put this game in the list of best of this year because it's too close to go. Zerg is gonna try to clear the last of the Marines. It looks like Flash is not able to continue his push. He will lose the last of the Marines here on this base. Looks like what's gonna happen. Looks like Soma keeps his bottom left. We have a hatchery comes up and the game is still on. Flash is gonna be running out of minerals, but keep in mind that now Soma is transitioned into what he's gonna transition into. Oh wow, he's gonna transition into Defiler. And that is going to be a problem because Flash has exhausted most of his tank count. He doesn't have any more tanks. So that is going to be a problem. Supply where Flash is still leading, but not by much, about 7 to 8 supply. He's going to start to make some fire bats as we need to get transferred to his new base now. And the counter attack from Soma is looking dangerous. He's got only 4 mutas though. He's going to be coming up with a lot of Zerlings, and he's going to start to remake some of his Lurkers, right? He's gonna have to remake the Lurkers. Muta's gonna try to attack at the expansion because I believe there are no turrets there. There's no turrets, but one single Goliath is able to slow them down and try to bleed them out a little bit here. They're gonna start to attack against this base. The command center is not yet completed. Do not waste your irradiate on that force. Do not great, and he's gonna looks like Flash says, you know what? I'm gonna let you take my command center. I don't really care. I'm gonna be going for the counter attack here. Looks like the Zerg is gonna get surrounded. Looks like Soma's not paying attention. He's gonna have to lose some Zerglings in process here. The Zerglings have +1. Carapace is going to be the upgrades. There's gonna be another attack from this side of the map, and this command center is gonna get cancelled. There's gonna be no way for him to actually save this command center. I don't know. Looks like the Zerglings are on it. Looks like Flash need to lift up the command center. He lifts it at the last one. He's going to be able to save it for the time in the attack. And the ball up is looking dangerous. We've got 2 Lurkers providing some nice coverage. And we have Nidaska now. And new Lurker is going to try to come through. It's going to get burrowed on the high ground. Looks like Flash is not seeing it. He's going to have to retreat. Otherwise, he's going to be losing all of his medic Marines. He's going to retreat. He knows he cannot attack here. It's going to be better to try to play the long game. It looks like Zelle is going to try to come through. But so many firebats. It's going to be a great surround. But I think there's just enough Marines to try to push it back. It looks like Soma's overcommitted his army. And he has lost all of his Zerlings and mutants in the process. And more Cracklings coming through. And this Nidaska is going to be providing a nice way to teleport or recall all of those Zerlings. And Flash has not seen them. Anyways, another attack comes through, and it looks like these Marines don't have the support of medic. They will get surrounded very quickly. We have some Goliaths and some firebats at the backside. It's just massive cracklings coming from Mota. But keep in mind now, it's going to be time for Soma. It's going to be Soma's turn to actually get mine out here. Soma's going to get mine out very soon as his main expansion. He's got very few Marine forces remaining. The Lurkers could not get in here without the Defilers. Soma doesn't have enough gas inside. The Lurker come through. It looks like he's going to get within reach of the SCVs. Marines have to retreat. Looks like some of the Lurkers on the top top side are not covering the rest of the forces, and Marines will push back. Losing 2 lurkers gonna be detrimental to Soma's efforts. Gonna remake his hatchery though at 8 o'clock, which is nice attacks, and this game is still on. Too close to go, and Flash is forced to leave his command center to try to get additional income. And at 3 o'clock position here, and his medic Marines is gonna have to control this middle area a little bit more carefully here. And Monto's gonna try to come on. Soma is gonna be mined out inside his main with Defilers. Excuse me, have made the scene. Defilers have arrived. Defilers have arrived, ladies and gentlemen, and buckle up. Anyway, Zelle is gonna try to surround. He get 2 firebat, not bad. He's gonna try to get this Goliath as well. The Goliaths have to retreat and micro themselves correctly, nicely done. But this big ball of medic Marines is gonna try to come through, and Defilers need to get involved, and they need to set up some defenses. And we do have some defenses, and we need also to have some Scourges now, because the number of sciences is getting scary. He goes through, he gets 1 Defiler. He will get the Defiler, nicely done. The Scourges are gonna try to come out, but the sciences will get saved by the medic Marines, nicely done. And of course, this Dark Storm will be covering for a while, but now Flash has got 4 command center, and if Soma could not hold on here, then he might be in some trouble. But I think now Soma is going to be able to actually hold on. But the question is this: normally when the Zerg gets to 4 bases, the main bay is still available for mining. But in this particular matchup, in this particular encounter between these 2 players, the main and the expansion of Soma have largely mined out. So even though he's on 4 bases, he's only mining out of just 2 mining locations. Whereas Flash, of course, well, Flash is also 2 mining out of two locations, but the Terran is a different kind of economy, because they scale a lot better. They don't need that much economy to sustain it, whereas the Zerg side would need to make a lot of always remake cracklings and so forth. Anyways, Firebat's gonna try to go to. It's gonna be impossible. We're gonna be having a plague. The plague was nice, plaguing all of the Marines. It looks like Flash is gonna try to block to. I don't think that's gonna be the right idea, because that area is plagued, man. That area is still dark swarmed, or whatever is the word for it. Anyways, nice attack happening here. It looks like if this area gets clear, it looks like a late Defiler attack here. That we still have a single lurker and a Zerglings, but the lurker needs to get involved within the command center soon. Looks like the last minute that forces to get pushed back, and a single misclick from Soma has lost him an opportunity to try to get this base completely destroyed. He could have won that battle right there and then, but he's lost a chance, and now he's gonna be facing some kind of defeat on the backside. Anyway, we're gonna be having the Firebat come, so he gets the last of the lurker, I hope. But more science vessels activity, very nice. Oh my god, the lurker survived for such a long time, but finally it dies. But we will have more zombies coming to, and Flash possibly is running out of steam. 88 supply for Flash. Soma's got 81. A single Firebat is trying to destroy the Defiler, but not able to do so. This battle is still very close to go here, and we have large amount of Zerglings trying to attack, and the Defilers has arrived, and we need to have reinforcement. We have 5 Firebats, but without support of the medic, they're gonna arrive very soon here. There's gonna be a Dark Storm all over these goddamn thing. The Firebats are attacking correctly to get most of the Zerglings. All of the Zerglings get destroyed. We have a single lurker in the back. That lurker is gonna be very important. The lurker has fallen. How the hell did 4 or 5 Firebats without the support of medic could actually hold the entire areas? I'm not so sure, but anyways, the next attack is coming through, and looks like Soma's forgotten to remake his Defiler. He's gonna have to hold on without the Defiler support here. The 2 lurker are providing some nice coverage, but it's not enough. I don't know, it's not enough, but it's not enough. Definitely not enough. The Zerglings have all died, and the Defilers on the high ground could not support enough. And it's gonna be how many Marines? Oh my god, not enough Marines! Not enough Marines! And suddenly Soma is still alive, but we have Firebat coming through, and where's the Defiler? They need to cast the Dark Storm right now. Where are the Defilers? The Defiler's gonna cast the Dark Storm, and the Firebat is gonna get attacked by a single Mutus, because there are no more Marines within that group. We're looking at the 23rd second of the game, and Flash got 75 supplies. Soma's got 76, and these assassins we have to retreat now. GG from Flash. The game is gonna be won by Soma. If you've enjoyed this, it's gonna be my confidence. Bye bye.